Yeah, okay, mate. So yeah, what I think of the wick liquidity in XRP, yeah, it's an interesting question. Um, this liquidity has already been taken, right? That is already taken. The thing about it is the liquidity is often in the first wick. The second wick is the rejection candle. So the liquidity in the first wick is taken. Can there, can there be liquidity here? There definitely can be. I do think it's important to be watching, somewhere in here, which would effectively take some of that liquidity in this wick. Also, like this is, let me go to a monthly chart actually. Well, this is a 9-week chart. Similar to a monthly chart, you get the one big candle up, and then it's either a stop under the highs or it's a liquidity grab and then drop. So we already have this. We need to be prepared that, XRP has always only had one monthly candle. Like here's a 1 monthly high, then a dip. Here is one monthly candle, then a dip. Here is one monthly candle high, then a dip. Here is one monthly candle high, then a dip. Granted, it did go higher first to take out, to run more and then dip. This is one monthly candle, then you got dip. That's like a 50% retrace or a fill. So we have one monthly candle here. Are we going to break trend, or is this a short right now? That's an important question. There is only, if I go here, there is only 7 days left in the month. I clicked the wrong thing. There's only 7 days left in the month anyway. This is an interesting doji after a powerful move up. Is this forming a bit of a top to get one of those retraces like we have got every other time in the history of XRP? It only likes to trend for 1 month and then gets that drop. So it is interesting. This is a 3-day rejection also. If it's going to run for that liquidity up here like we drew earlier, and this is just liquidity above that previous high into your wick that you talked about, it's probably going to be on a new month. It's very hard to see this just continue, even though it is XRP. I'm still surprised it's gone this far. To be honest, I thought it would have dropped before here as 200%, 224%. So, is it going to run right into the end of the week, into the end of the month? Sorry, said it wrong. Next week, are we going to get one more candle? Well, I suppose we need to watch and find out. I'm more leaning towards it bouncing and filling, taking liquidity, and then getting some sort of drop soon. But you normally don't drop too much into the end of the month. The monthly candles usually like to finish pretty strong, mostly strong. Now they can have a wick. This one had a wick on it, for example. I think it's important to note also what you pointed out. Well, you pointed out a 9-week chart. These 9-week candles all finish strong. This finished strong. This did not. All right. And we have this one. So history has proven that, this candle is likely to finish strong, meaning that there's not going to be any crash on a new month. It could actually mean that this continues to go parabolic, right? That's because there's 1 month. There's 1 month and 14 days left. So it's a very interesting situation. Now I made many videos in the past about XRP forming this pattern, and most people laughed at it. And I also pointed out that it's not going to run until 2025 or so. On the 12th, I made a video about XRP, warning XRP's breaking out. That was right down in here. Now I don't know where I made the video, a long time ago. I made some on TradingView, and I made some on. I moved this window here. I made some in the group if you search back for XRP. But this giant pattern reminded me of Bitcoin back here. Now I need to go to a smaller, probably maybe a 2-week time frame or something. I'm not sure what time frame I need to go to, but it reminded me of here, of this sort of pattern. And I'm not suggesting it is going to run the exact same as that, but there was something there in the fact that, I forget now what time frame, maybe it's this time frame, but it was just one giant triangle. Can can XRP actually run and rip to the upside? I mean, it sounds crazy because the market cap on XRP is so big, but regardless, you know, you can see how many years of a pattern this is, and how many years of a pattern this is. It is going to be very interesting. It kind of does suggest that, you know, dips down here, if it consolidates in a good manner, it could actually push and at least start targeting these. You know, that does sound crazy. But if we're only moving into an alt season and this is already up here like this, you have to, like this here. This is kind of perfect. Kind of something like that. If we get dips down here and it consolidates in a bullish manner and holds strength up here, well, you have to think it still opens the door for that move higher later. In theory, it is better to get that consolidation. So, you know, you're back to your question about the liquidity and the wicks. I think the liquidity in this has already been taken. But we are here right now. So you could say this is getting taken, but this is the important candle, because this is the liquidity grab candle. Liquidity was in this candle. This is the grab candle. This is liquidity candle, and this is the grab candle. But of course, you know, there's going to be a lot of people trapped. I don't think they're still holding, but back in 2017, there's you know, in theory, there's a lot up here. So what you're talking about is, yes, that is a target. I think that probably should be a target at some point. This is holding up strong. These usually hold up strong until a new 9 week. If that actually did come up into the liquidity grab place, which is above this candle here, I would suggest that this is a great profit taking area right in here. So I'm with you. It's hard to know or believe that it's going to actually get up there, but the strength so early, in theory, so early in a cycle, kind of makes me believe that at some point we can get up here to these silly numbers for XRP. Also, just note, we do not have large volume yet, meaning there is no distribution yet. Okay, we didn't really have it here, but like this was the largest volume in history here. This is the Coinbase listing and all that sort of stuff down here. This is the bear market accumulation. This is the capitulation. Maybe the Luna crash or whatever. I don't know what that was, but maybe Luna crash or something. But then there's the Coinbase delisting here, and then it pumped. So that's where all this volume came out of. But we have nothing yet. And you have to think at some point all of this volume is going to, maybe not all of it, but a lot of that volume may pop up again here. If we do get like into here, if we do get a real top, you have to think that there'll be a spike in volume, and we do not have any of those spikes in volume yet. It's actually oh, sorry, this is a very bad chart. This is Bitstamp, terrible. We need to look on a different exchange. Well, Binance, not the greatest exchange for data, but we can see that the volume here is still fairly steady, right? There's no unwinding of positions. There's no distribution into giant volume or anything like that. So at this point, we have to think that the XRP top is not in. A move to here would be a liquidity grab where you're talking about, and for me that would be a major take profit place. When it gets there, we need to watch the volume as well. If it gets there, of course. This is the crypto total. It's the crypto chart, whatever, I forget exactly, but there's no volume on this chart. It's just all the data. But yes, I'm with you. I don't think this is fully topped. If it does dip, it's probably going to be buys to come back up in here.